Alrighty, you had a great season 1. What do you want from season 2? Fingers crossed on renewal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm in the best hands ever. I'm in the hands of Emily Andress. So I don't want to know. I want to see where she takes me. I love being surprised. I love getting the scripts and reading them and saying, what is she doing to me now? So the good thing is that at least we're going to be, if we're going into it where some of the relationships are already established. So we can just jump right in and, I want to have fun with dolls. I want to get in trouble with Waverly, and I want to hopefully kiss Mel. And it's the same, like I said, and the same with the comic book. I love just reading where Beau takes the characters. When you're in such good hands, you don't really need to say, hey, because they're going to just. You can't. My brain's not as good as Beau Smith's brain. My brain's not as good as Emily Andress' brain. So I let the pros do the pro stuff.
Did you do a lot of research into Doc Holliday when you got the role, or?
Obviously, I knew exactly who Doc Holliday was when the role came up. I had seen Val Kilmer. When you say I'm your Huckleberry, I know the part in the movie. I'd seen Dennis Quaid do it. I had seen So yeah, but I didn't want to do any of that. I made sure not to watch that stuff. I went back and looked, and he had the big mustache, and I said, I gotta start growing this mustache now. I did research, and I ordered a replica of the Colt Thunderer, and I was literally at my house just practicing with this gun. And of course, when I finally got out to Alberta, the real gun's a lot heavier, and I couldn't do the stuff. And then the gunsmith himself was like, the gun wrangler was like, no, you don't do the spinning stuff. The cowboy guys were not doing this. So I was like, oh, I practiced so hard. He's like, you're not doing that. It's not real. So, yeah.
Aside from the awesome mustache you rock, what other qualities do you share with your character, or do you wish you had more of from Doc?
He's undead. That's pretty cool. Or, if I could be undead, would I want to be undead? I guess it is too much pressure. Maybe not. A lot and nothing. It's hard to say, but vulnerability, human qualities. Doc has a lot of human qualities that we got to see. Sometimes he's not that nice. So meet me at 5:30 when I haven't eaten anything and I need a Dr. Pepper. I'm Doc Holliday. So human qualities we share for sure.
Well, with adaptations, there sometimes can be changes. But how do you see now the show? Are you satisfied? Are you happy with the way it looks, the way the cast and everything, the way Emily runs it?
That's a good question because a lot of comic book creators in the past have done characters and they've got things. And I've been going to conventions 30 years. They whine and gripe about it and stuff, but I don't think they're looking at the big picture. There's a lot of changes. From the blonde hair to the brown hair. From her, I always wrote her to be 35, 40 years old, and now she's 27. The way I look at it, and Tim's heard this a million times, but Emily knows what she's doing in television. And I'm looking at her taking this character to a wider audience. Television's what she knows. And as I said, I baked a loaf of bread. She's changed it into sandwiches, and she's feeding the world with it. And I could not be happier on that. Granted, she did all the research on the past books. She did all the research on my back notes. Picked and choose what she needed, and I could expand this, I can expand that, and the key word is expand. It's always progression. And she has done that in spades. I could not be happier. She has achieved everything that I could ever want, which is a character I've been doing for 20 years, and all of a sudden, my neighbors, everybody else knows that Wynonna Earp where they didn't before, and I am so thankful for that. But Emily is, she's so, like he said, razors cut themselves on her wit. She's that smart. It's amazing.
She's super good, and I think we're so lucky because as a fan of the show and being a fan of it, when it ended on the Friday, the last episode, I was like, the sadness was there. What am I going to do? I need to see what's going to happen. But we're so lucky because we have the book. If people aren't reading the book, you have the bonus feature of it. Don't worry, there's always a Wynonna story going
every month.
And like he said, which is true, unlimited budget. Because we could do whatever in the book, you can do whatever you want. So I'm my Wynonna Earp needs are always
And we changed
Bill,
things
you
in
know
the
what I mean?
comic book. It's actually like a hybrid between the show and what it's come before, because in the comic book, it's Doc that presents Wynonna with Peacemaker. It's Doc, and instead of Purgatory, it is in Tombstone, but she had to come back there to inherit the fighting spirit, the actual fighting spirit of Wyatt Earp, by defeating Johnny Ringo in a modern setting. And I'll give you this. Nobody knows this yet, but in issue 8, which I just finished writing before we came out here, Hot, Nicole Hot makes her first debut and appearance in comics, and I was just I was Catherine, and I wanted to give her this entrance in there that people would just go, oh, there she is. So I mean, I get excited. I'm sorry. So yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Alrighty, we had a silly question that I asked Mel. If you could throw cold spaghetti at any one cast member, you included, who would you throw it at?
Shamir Anderson. That's the easiest question anybody's ever asked.
How do you think he would react to
Get
it?
me a bowl of Shamir Anderson. He'd take it well.
You think
We had a lot of
enjoy
fun.
it?
Shamir and I
Just eat a little
have.
bit?
We have a lot. We're boys. And when we're together, that's what it's that playful. He'd take it fun. He'd take it fun. And he'd look for a plate of. He'd probably eat it.
As long as you didn't get on his clothes.
Yeah, not on his clothes.
Yeah.
Of course.
I was going to say, I have an inside question because we were fortunate to talk about mid-season.
Yeah.
How's the restaurant business going?
Restaurant business is doing great. I'm feeding all the cast of Wynonna Earp. Let me tell you that. Last week I actually had Tad Burrell and I had Emily Hampshire from 12 Monkeys. So I was I'm feeding all the sci-fi guys. I had Melanie the week before and I had John. And Saturday I'm having Shamir. So guys, don't worry.
So good.
I am feeding all of sci-fi.
It's good for business.
They will all be well fed.
That's true.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you guys.
Appreciate it.
Oh, we will.